Hasha Kristina binti Muhammad Azmain.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Zina binti Nur Ahmad.
Hi, my name is Nur Haiti Rashid. Today we're going to discuss about deforestation in Malaysia.
Hasha, Shazwina, did you know that Malaysia rich with biodiversity?
I think I know about fauna because Malaysia is home to a wide variety of animals, including over 210 species of mammals such as the endangered Malayan tiger, Bornean orangutan and other Asian elephant. Then in marine life, we have a variety of marine species including more than 600 species of coral and numerous fish. How about you?
I only know about the rainforest and flora Malaysia. Rainforest is the oldest in the world. They cover about half of the country land area and provide a land area and provide a habitat for around 15,000 species for flowering plants. More than 1,103 species and the country's other plants. That's all I know.
Hayati, why did you ask us? If you know this, please explain more because we want to hear it from you.
For that, I want to tell you that did you know that Malaysia face the environmental challenges especially in deforestation? So all the statement that you say is all correct. But I want to tell you about the deforestation that happened in Malaysia. So for your information, it's not just about tree loss, but it's also about the climate, water cycles, and also local communities, which is this is rely on forests for their livelihoods. And moreover, for your information, the palm oil production industry, while a major economic driver for Malaysia, has been controversial because of its role in deforestation and its impact on endangered species like orangutan, like you said before, right, Aisha?
Yes.
So the next issue is about complicated by the haze that caused by the forest fire. As you guys know, from the forest fire also, it can create a public health crisis each year in Southeast Asia. And one thing that I want to consider is the tension about economic development and also the environmental conservation. Palm oil production and agriculture are the key to the Malaysia economies, but sadly they come at the expense of ecosystem and biodiversity. And also because of this, it's also affect the tourism. You guys know? Okay, let me tell you. So based on this tourism driven, it's still about natural beauty and wildlife, and also significant for economic factor. But this industry too vulnerable to the impacts of environmental degradation. So sad because Malaysia forest has been deforestation. Okay guys, this is the picture Malaysia before deforestation after deforestation. Now, I provide to you one video about deforestation in Malaysia. So, this is the video about the deforestation in Malaysia. So, what do you guys think about this deforestation in Malaysia?
I think the main activity that causes deforestation in Malaysia is mining activities, such as extraction of minerals, because that such activity require land clearing and lead to significant deforestation. This activity can also lead to land degradation, loss of biodiversity and soil erosion. That's all. How about you?
I think it's about the infrastructure development. As a Malaysia growth economy, forested land is often cleared for infrastructure project like highway, dams and urban development. This project also open up remote forest areas, making them more accessible for further logging or agriculture.
Now, let's move to the method of deforestation.
Okay guys, the one of the method of deforestation is urban expansion and infrastructure development. And I want to give an explanation about urban expansion first. This involves the growth and spread of urban areas into previously rural or undeveloped land, and it often includes the building of residential housing, commercial spaces and industry to accommodate a growing population. The urbanization trend is fueled by rural to urban migration as people seek better economic opportunities, education and amenities in cities. The second method of deforestation is infrastructure development. This term encompasses the creation of essential facilities and systems such as roads, highways, rail networks, ports, airports, water and sewage system and communication networks. It also includes the construction of energy facilities, educational institutions and healthcare. The next methods of deforestation is illegal logging. What is illegal logging? It refers to the unauthorized harvesting of trees for timber or other purposes, often in violation for national laws and regulations. This practice is a major problem in many countries, including our country, Malaysia, due to its impact on forest, biodiversity and local communities. These are explanation of what illegal logging entails, its causes, impact. This illegal logging includes logging without the required permits or in protected areas such as national park and wildlife reserve. Other than that, harvesting more timber than allowed by legal codes. Also, cutting down endangered or protected tree species might be illegal logging. The causes of illegal logging is to have a profitability and high value. Timber is a highly valuable resource, and illegal logging is often lucrative due to the lower cost associated with circumventing regulations and legal processes. The last method of deforestation from me is mining operation. Like I mentioned before, it involves the extraction of minerals and other valuable geological materials from the earth. These materials, such as metal, minerals, and fossil fuels, are then used in a wide range of industry, from construction to electronics. Mining is a critical component of economic development, and it provides raw materials that are essential for modern infrastructure and technologies. And this technique include open pit mining, strip mining, and mountain top removal. Okay, so what do you guys think the methods of deforestation in Malaysia, like I mentioned before?
So, for mining operations, I know. So, it's about the exploration, which is before any mining take place, geologists will conduct the studies and surveys to identify the location and also construct concentration of minerals. Then, for this stage, it helps to determine feasibility and profitability of a mining project. And of course, other processes is extraction, which is this is the main phase of mining, where the minerals are removed from the ground using the surface or underground techniques. So this process involves blasting, drilling, and outing.
And how about you? What do you think about the method of deforestation in Malaysia?
For me, it's a clear cutting. It's a forestry and land clearing method that involves removing all trees within a designated area, living, and the land entirely devoid of vegetation. It is one of the most widespread method used to clear forests for timber, agriculture, or development projects. There are several types of clear cutting, each with a unique application and environmental impact. For the process, in the standard clear cutting, having machinery like bulldozer and chainsaws in use to clear the forest. Once the trees are felled, they are often transported to mills for processing. The remaining vegetation and the debris and usually burned or removed to prepare the soil for its new use. The next point is selective logging. It's a forestry practice where only specific trees are harvested from a forest, typical based on criteria like species, age, and size. This method is often considered a more sustainable alternative to clear cutting, as it leaves much of the forest canopy intact and preserve some natural habitats. However, selective logging still has environmental required careful management to avoid negative impacts. For the key aspects of selective logging is three selection criteria. In selection logging, foresters choose trees based on their species, size or maturity. Typical legacy mature trees of commercially valuable species are selecting for logging, while younger and less valuable trees are left to growth. This allows forest managers to target high value timber while maintaining a portion of the forest structure. Then reduce forest disturbance. Unlike clear cutting, selective logging retains a significant portion of the forest canopy, which can help protect soil, regulate temperature, and maintain habitat for wildlife. By removing only salad trees, the forest can, in theory, regenerate more quickly than if it we entry clearly.
Oh, I see. What the other method do you know about the deforestation in Malaysia?
I know other method is slash and burn. This method is widely used the tropical regions by subsistence farming or small scale agriculture operations, particularly in areas where access to modern farming tools and fertilizers is limited. Although slash and burn can temporarily enhance soil fertility, it has several environmental drawbacks that affect both the local ecosystem and the global climates. For the key aspects of slash and burn, the key aspects of slash and burn is process and purpose. In slash and burn agriculture, farming first clear an area by cutting areas by cutting down trees and other vegetation. Once the vegetation is dry, it is set on fire. The resulting acts as a natural fertilizer, enriching the soil with nutrients like potassium, calcium and magnesium. And the last point is short-term soil fertility. The nutrient for the ash can improve soil fertility for once or two planting seasons, making it possible to grow crops in areas that would otherwise have poor productivity. Farmers often plant stable crops like maize, rice and cassava in these cleared fields. However, after a few years, the soil fertility decreases as nutrients are used up by crops and the soil structure becomes less stable without trees roots to hold it together. At this point, farmers often move onto a new point of land, repeating the slash and burn process.
I see. So all the method that you all said right before this is actually right, and I totally agree with the illegal logging, which is it unauthorized cutting of trees, often of protecting or preserved areas. This is a major problem in regions with poor regulations. And it's also contributing significantly to deforestation and loss of biodiversity.
I agree with your opinion because I actually think the impact of illegal logging. The illegal logging can impact of loss of biodiversity. By destroying ecosystems, illegal logging threatens biodiversity, endangering the survival of species like the orangutan, tiger and many others in biodiverse regions like Malaysia and Indonesia.
Yes, me too. For my conclusion is illegal logging is a complex issue driving by economic, social and environmental factor. While it provides short-term economic gain for certain group, the practice causes widespread deforestation, habitat loss and biodiversity decline. It significantly contributes to climate change. Addressing illegal logging requires a coordinated effort including stronger enforcement of laws, support for sustainable forestry and customer awareness about ethical sources.
So, from my perspective, what we can do recommendation to decrease the deforestation. This is number one is we can invest in technology and innovations, which is we can look at this from satellite monitoring, drones and AI-based tools that can improve forest monitoring and enforcement of conservation laws. It's also innovation in sustainable materials like bioplastic and alternative fibers that can help reduce reliance and forest resources. Other than that, we can do the promote global collaboration. For example, like collaboration between government, NGOs, businesses and local communities that can share the solution, such as United Nations and also the program that will helps the developed countries for reduce emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. What about you, Shazmina?
For me, is the strengthen and enforce environment policy. For the explanation is implement strict logging regulation, enforce laws, then restrict logging to designated sustainable areas, and require permits for timber harvest. Ban logging in protected areas such as national parks and wildlife reserve. And another explanation is increase penalties for illegal logging. Toggle penalties including fines and person sentences can deter illegal logging activities. Anti-corruption measures are also critical, especially in regions where illegal logging is prevalent. What about you, Hasha?
From my point of view, we should reduce demand for forest products. For example, we should promote sustainable products. We should also support industry and markets that offer sustainably sourced timber and forest products. Consumer demand for certified sustainable goods can drive change within the supply chain. Other than that, we should reduce paper and wood waste, encourage recycling and efficient use of wood products to reduce overall demand for raw materials sourced from forests. So, the conclusion is, there is a hopeful vision for the future of Malaysia's forests, driven by the collective efforts of its people, particularly the youth, and the growing recognition of the urgent need to address deforestation, with a deep understanding of the environmental, social and economic importance of forests. Malaysia is in a unique position to lead in sustainable development. By empowering future generations to take action, nurturing eco-friendly industry and prioritizing conservation, Malaysia can also create a future where its forests flourish, biodiversity is protected, and sustainable practices become the foundation for progress. So, this hopeful perspective envisions a Malaysia where harmony between development and nature is no longer a distant dream, but a reality within reach.
In my opinion, for conclusion of the deforestation is overcome deforestation is essential for protecting biodiversity, mitigating climate change and sustaining the vital ecosystem service that forests provide. Achieving this goal requires a comprehensive multi-level approach that combines policy, enforcement, sustainable practices, the technological innovation and community engagement. By strengthening environmental regulation, promoting sustainable agriculture and forestry, empowering local and indigenous communities, and investing in reforestation effort, we can create a best to balance human needs with the preservation of forest. Consumer awareness and global cooperation are also crucial in supporting sustainable supply chains and encouraging responsible resource use. While the challenge in is significant, a committed collective effort can curb deforestation, restore degraded lands and ensure a healthier, more resilient planet for future generation.
So, as we come to end of this discussion, I want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone, especially for Miss Faliza. Thank you for lend your ear to our discussion, and not to forget, thank you very much for listening our discussion. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.